Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
MSD Production.
7 Mile Radio.
Hey everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday. It's time to turn up.
Why am I hearing it back?
You don't like what you doing?
Why am I hearing the headphones back?
Yeah, I am too.
What's going on with that?
I don't know. We about to get it together though. I was gonna say something.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I think I know what it was.
All right, guys. We just had a little technical difficulty.
Where was that coming from?
That's all right. But yeah, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to She Said What She Said, period podcast. I am your host, Taste. Hello. 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 My co-host, she's not with us today. Amber is celebrating her husband's birthday. Happy birthday, Greg.
Shout out to Greg and Amber.
Yes,
on the
they
celebration.
they all the way live tonight.
I guess so.
She might try to get a little baby up in there again.
Uh-oh. Don't say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know she gonna get a little buck wild today. It's you see her post?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, she posted what was that? Oh, like his birthday gift was I guess get some head. He about to get some head tonight.
Oh.
You get some head tonight, Greg?
Well, shit. I mean, that's not a real birthday.
Wait,
gift.
but some women make it as like they only do it on special occasions.
I guess
Because a
so.
lot of women don't like doing it.
I guess so.
Yeah, but happy birthday. Turn up, have fun. I wish I could be there, but girl, I am drained. I am ready to go home after the show and go to bed. It's been one of those weeks. But anywho, hold on, guys. Hold on. We getting it together for you guys. For the one time. You know, it's Friday. We can't be having shit out of pocket. Not on She Said What She Said, period, podcast.
No, we gotta make sure.
Period. You know,
make
you
sure
got
they can
when
hear you
the
clear.
when the girl Taste come through the fucking building, we gotta make sure everything is right. Understand? Love you, Mark.
Love you back.
But anywho, it's been a week, you guys. It's a sad week.
Man.
Today I'm going to be talking about child abuse. Like, it touched my heart so heavy as a mother, as a parent, that this shit is getting more in debt and more, it's getting terrible. Like, every year or something, like, it's getting more worse than ever before. And it's like, what are we going to do to put a stop to this shit? Because it's not right. It's not okay. People need to get prosecuted in some type of way where they know the punishment is that bad. And they like, no, I ain't even finna
Deter
fucking
you away
try
from
it.
Like between incidents where children are shot and killed, whether it be by drive-by shooting,
Yes.
or whether it be them finding a gun in the home and playing with it and harming themselves,
Yep.
or whether it be a situation where someone left a child in their care and they ended up harming the child, abusing the child, sometimes to the point of the child passing away.
Yeah.
Or even like this is recently, man. Just this morning, overnight in Detroit, I thought, because we had a case like this that was similar maybe years ago. I don't know, it was about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
And this is something that I never thought that I would see again ever.
Especially after that.
Especially in Detroit again.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but we got this situation happened on the west side off of Monte Vista, where this 3-year-old boy was found in the freezer,
In a deep freezer
of
in
the
the basement. Yeah. It's like, it's always
been there
bad
since
news
March.
back to back.
But it's like kids though. It's like this is like
Why?
how are these things happening to kids, man?
Like, nobody is knowing, like, it's not checking for these kids. Like, where are they at? Like, why haven't I seen the baby? Why? And then with that incident, you were saying that they got so many complaints with Child Protective Services.
The family was actually looking for the child because he had been missing for quite some time.
That's what I'm
Allegedly, that he was in the
saying.
freezer since March. So they had called CPS. I think they said about 16, 17 times in regards to getting a welfare check on the child. Because they hadn't even seen the child. Because the kid, there was 4 other kids, I believe. I can't remember all of the details of the story, but I believe there was 3 or 4 other kids in there with them, siblings, right? And the rest of the family hadn't seen the one boy, the youngest boy, I guess it was the youngest boy, for however long he had been missing. And when they inquired about him, the mother had kept making excuses, kind of similar to what happened the last year in the
That
King
shit
Home.
right there, yeah.
So when they, it was alleged, I think, because we just listened to a news report where they said that it was a possibility that a welfare check was being conducted on the kid,
Ain't that
and that's how
something?
they found out that he was in the
Some fucking
you know,
money. Child's life.
No.
is going
A welfare
wrong.
check meaning a welfare check meaning the police went over there to check on the child's
Oh,
welfare.
on their welfare. Okay, I thought
not
she was
about
getting money.
not
like
about a
check.
welfare check. Yeah, they would.
Okay.
A welfare check was being conducted
The-
on the child.
on the child. Investigation.
Investigation. Basically, the police finally came over to the house after so many times of the.
Of the complaints.
Of the complaints, right? Because they complained to CPS
Damn, but how many
17
times?
And
Is
they
it gonna take you?
Since March, the baby had
Come
been in. So
on now.
March, April, May, June. Okay, it's this pushing July at this
Did
point.
y'all hear any Amber Alerts on this child?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Like,
it maybe, but see, the thing about it is, if the mother, right, is continually making excuses on where the child is, as if he's not missing, there will be no Amber Alerts put out.
but
the
shit, if we family and we know something ain't right and we keep asking her and she coming up with excuses, any fucking sane human being gonna know that something ain't fucking right. Who the fuck keep lying about their kids or where they at?
or she don't. How do they know that she's lying? though, right? All they know is what she's telling them, and that they don't see the baby. They don't know if
Okay,
the child
'cause
is
my
actually
mama-
wearing.
my people check on my
okay,
kids
again,
every day.
you're
You see what I'm saying?
Other people's standards of what safety or quality is different, right? So when you hear certain things from this mother, the family may say, all right, well, that's what it is. That's what she said, and that's what it is. But your family in that case, probably would have did a little bit more.
Yeah.
So-
my mama talked to my kids every day, not just once a day, more than that. You know what I'm saying? So if I be like, well, they not here, she gonna be like, oh, did they get back yet? She gonna call again later. Did they get back yet? I'm like, no, they sleep now. Okay, well, wake them up. Let me see them. That's my mama.
Let me see him, right?
Let me see
lay
them.
eyes on
Let
him.
me
Ain't
lay
that what
eyes
they
on
say?
them. For real. We gotta care more about these children out here because they are innocent. They didn't ask to be here in this world, you know. So if we family members of people that we know shit ain't right and shit don't even, it's just look kind of like rough and rocky, like questionable, and you like, what's going on? Something ain't right, and then you keep, asking your child or your family members, where is this particular child? And they keep coming up with excuses. We need to put our foot down and we need to do something to save our kids. Because I think if we fight more harder, I think things would be so much better.
But fight harder how though? Give me how do you fight harder? Because the people that feel like you feel the way you feel.
Shit, but look how they just did George Floyd. We fought for the motherfucker Black Lives Matter. We fought to the part where everything got situated. That man ended up going to jail. The officer ended up going to jail. We ended up getting the Black Lives Matter sign in front of the White House.
What's up, Trina?
T-shirts, everything. You know what I'm saying? So we really fought for that shit. So we need to fight for, just like how we fought for Black Lives Matter, we need to put up a movement on something to fight against this child abuse. Because this shit is not right. No shape, no form. It's like it's getting fucking worse. It's not getting no better. And it's not, it's sad because these innocent little babies that didn't ask to be here. Just like, okay, today, we talking about Kyrie Starks, this 11-month-old baby. He's 11 months, y'all. 11 months. He's a little baby, just started to know how to walk. 11 months. This girl, 18 years old, I believe her name is Taylor Starks. She's a young girl. She don't have no family, no mom, no dad, no immediate family here.
Or relatives.
That's here. I'm guessing the father is not in the picture because she didn't mention him. And I'm telling you, at 18, sometimes your maturity level is not where we want it to be. We think we grown, but we have no fucking idea of what life, is about to hit us. We don't have no idea. With juggling being a single parent mother, juggling working, doing it, taking care of this child. Some people be going to school, and then they don't have nobody to help them with their child. That's why I say a lot of the times we have to pay attention to what we are doing and really question our stuff and make sure we ready, because a lot of the times we not.
Yeah,
We have to get ready because we don't have no choice.
Yeah, sometimes it's, just being, and that's, I guess, just come with being young. Sometimes not having the discernment that you need to be able to see your way through certain situations, like
That part.
having your child at a house, leaving them with people who may not be the best people to leave them with, just because you have a available opportunity to. That's the only person you got to leave them with, or that's the first person
You can think of.
that you can think of that could be like, that may not be the best person, and this is a situation where this is that was the example.
Yeah, that was the example.
You can't.
She left she left her son with someone she trusted. She thought this was her friend. She thought this was someone that she can depend on and that can help her. I don't know how many. Was that his her first time watching them?
No, it wasn't. And maybe it actually was her friend, right? Maybe she did trust her, but she just didn't have the discerning enough to know that this girl wasn't one.
She wasn't right.
She wasn't one that was, mature enough to handle babysitting a child in that situation. I actually seen text messages that was shared to me amongst back and forth between that child's mother and the babysitter about that situation that night and previous situations where the child had become, I guess, was just crying, I guess, and the babysitter couldn't handle it. You know what I mean? So this is just...
Which a lot of people can't handle
and
that.
then the mother just trying to tell the babysitter, hey, this is a toddler. The baby's not doing anything on purpose to get on your nerves, right? This is right.
Some kids cry more often than others.
So an adult that you leave this child in the care of who doesn't have the discernment or understanding to know that this is just a toddler and he's not doing anything to specifically get on your nerves.
Exactly.
That off the rip lets you know that this is not a person that has a mental capability to watch a child, especially by themselves.
At all, shit.
If she thinks that a toddler is doing something to get on her nerves purposely, that baby don't even know what it's doing or what it needs or nothing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't have that patience. It's a lot of people that probably never ever watched kids before. And so that's
her being a young mother, and it's not faulting her in any kind of way.
No, it's not. But I just know me.
Case in point, where sometimes people are, too young to be mothers. Too young to be parents.
I know. I have, family. I have a big family, so I always babysitted. So it was natural to me once I had kids to take care of them. I was 23 when I had my first daughter, and it was difficult. But by me being so mature at a young age, I was a great ass mother. But a lot of kids, like I said, is not that maturity level. 18, we think we grown.
And that's all I'm saying when I say her being too young to be a parent. Again, I'm not blaming her, but it's just like to make a decision like that.
And then she don't have nobody,
you know what I mean?
That can help her.
That was just
all
a bad recipe.
It was bad because, like I said, she trusted this young lady. And they both were young women, and she trusted this lady to babysit her child. And like Mar said, I thought this was the first time, but obviously she has babysitted this child before. I did see pictures of them, like videos of him and the babysitter. And she like, this my best friend.
And maybe that's why she was trusted to do something. Maybe, again, she just didn't understand her friend's personality enough to know that she just wasn't the person to be supervising a child.
Yep.
Especially when she can't make make the thought of this child as being a toddler and not doing something on purpose to get on your nerves. Like, you think the baby is doing something to get on your nerves on purpose?
Yeah,
and then then that being your reason for beating the baby up.
Yeah. So if you guys is not aware of what happened this week, the little boy Kyrie Starks. He's 11 months little boy, little baby. He was hospitalized after his mother, Taylor Starks, left him with, what is the girl name? Kamora Hudges? Yeah, left her with her friend to babysit her son as I think she had to go to work. And she trusted him. trusted her to watch him, and she thought that she would, her son would be in good hands with her. And obviously, this young lady, to me, she has some mental problems. Something ain't right with the motherfucker at all for her to be doing the shit that she did. The young mother, Taylor, said that she was banging, like she hit her son head up against the wall. He had so much brain damage. It was ridiculous, you guys. He was bleeding so much in his brain that they had to do emergency surgery to when she noticed swelling in his head, because she said it was some seizures. He was having a seizure. Matter of fact, upon arrival, as she came and got him. And that's why she called. She called and told her to come get your son because he's having a seizure or some shit like that. And then she came, and when she came and got him, he was having a seizure. She rushed him to the hospital because it was swelling in his brain. And to find out it was so much damage going on. They probably not going to be able to tell us everything into the autopsy, but once that report come back, I'm just not even ready to hear it. Because I'm like, what in your right motherfucking mind for you to just pick this little baby up and just hit the little baby head constantly against a fucking wall and keep hitting and beating on this little baby to shut him up?
So what someone just suggested in the comments is that it was jealousy. Colette Graham said jealousy. That's what that was, because
the fuck out of here.
Trina Wilson said that the lady has a daughter the same age as Kyrie.
So she's a parent.
So she knows how to handle,
wow.
a child, right? So
I didn't know she was a parent. Wow.
I don't think I knew that either.
Yeah, I didn't know the bitch was a parent.
And it makes it all worse.
Yeah, that makes it really bad.
Like, have you ever beat your child before?
You won't want nobody to do that shit to your child.
Yeah, that part as well.
You know what I'm saying? But why would you do that to her child like that? Not your dumb ass in jail and somebody got to...
Maybe that's what she just said. Maybe she was jealous of her for some reason.
I don't give a fuck how jealous you are of somebody. Don't take that out on no child, because it's not the child's... it's not the child's fault. Don't take that shit out. And if you jealous of the girl, don't babysit her damn child. Why are you babysitting her kid for her? Let the girl figure it out some way, somehow. And that's what I said earlier. Like, with these young girls, we got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what you're doing. Question some of the decisions that you make. And keep your legs closed if you know you're not ready to be a parent. Because being a parent is a lot of fucking work. It requires you to have babysitters. It requires you to be around tendency like a good mother, to be around really in your child's life. And it's a lot of fucking work. I'm damn near 40 years old, and I have 5 kids, and I've been doing this shit on my own by myself. And it's so much work, but by the grace of God, I have my mother there. So for this 18-year-old young girl to not have her parents...
Her mom passed away, and the girl knew that.
Yeah, to not have her parent there to help her, or not nobody close to her in the family to help, not even the father. It's a lot.
Because there was no mention of him in any of the stories
at all.
Recall. Like,
no interview have I heard anything of her saying anything about the father. So if anybody know what's going on with the father, inbox us, comment below. Let us know what's going on. I would love to know where he's at. Or did she know if maybe she don't know her baby father.
Maybe that's the case.
Shit, most of the time with these young girls, they don't even know who the baby father is.
You know,
adults too. I'm not just saying that just young people, but maybe.
And then how old was the baby? What?
11 months.
11 months. I mean, and if she didn't know, I mean, it's a possibility that she just hadn't found out yet. I mean, as far as searching to figure out who it was. She a young girl that's been going through a lot in the last 11 months trying to raise the kid and take care of her.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work.
It's a possibility that
that's why I'm saying, like, keep young ladies, if y'all ain't ready, because y'all can't depend on these men to be here to help you. Men can up and leave whenever the fuck they choose to. And we are stuck with these kids, So we got to deal with them. They can just do whatever they want. They get up and go whenever. We got to find babysitters before we go to work. We got to make sure they go to school, pick them up, do this. It's a lot. And if you ain't ready for that responsibility and you don't know, it ain't all about just dressing these babies up. Ooh, they cute. Let's put them on these clothes. Put them on Facebook, TikTok. Got them dancing. That ain't being a parent. Being a parent is a lot. And if you ain't ready for it, we need to just keep our legs closed. And that's facts. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Because that's my show. She said what she said, period. I'm just being honest. But, you know, I just feel so sorry for this young lady, you know, to have to go through this at a young age. But I'm praying for her. I'm praying for her family. That I know she got some type of family out there that maybe not here, but some type of family. Unless she
hopefully,
just hopefully some type of family.
I mean, because if her
mama probably ain't had no,
yeah, we don't know if her
she
mom
had no
has siblings, and we don't know if her grandparents are still alive.
Passed,
we don't know if she knows her dad, right?
Yeah.
So there goes the family right there.
Yeah.
And if it was just her and her baby, and that's all she had. I mean,
that's what she said in the interview. It was just her and her baby. So I'm just, you know, I feel really saddening for this young lady because she just lost the second little half of her. You know, she brought this person into the world. Her
reason, her motivation for.
And then sometimes kids be the motivations for you to keep going because you never know.
Have nobody else.
Yeah, you never know people's situation when they lose a parent.
To push you and make you feel good about what you're doing, who you are in life, but you got this child that you know is dependent on you, and that'd be your only battery in your back to keep you going. The call-in line is open. I got the number down there, 313.
Call in, guys. Let us know what you think about this situation. I have some other issues I want to talk about, too. But let us know about this recent incident about the 11-month-old little boy who lost his life due to child abuse from his babysitter. We just going to pray. We just going to pray because this child abuse shit really touched me so bad being a parent. I couldn't even imagine. I'm just so thankful I did have my mother to help me and I didn't have to put my kids in daycare because it's hard to trust daycares. It's hard to trust people. Shit, let alone it's some of the mamas and fathers killing their own kids. And that shit even hurt me even more. Like, you took your time to bring this child into the world for you just to take him out for what? Like, it's so fucking sad. I just don't understand. Like, you see that motherfucker? See her? Like, yeah, bitch, you going to jail. Jail. And I hope they beat your ass in jail real bad. I don't give a fuck. I ain't trying to condone violence or anything, but she needs... Some people just need to get what they deserve because you don't do that to no innocent little ass baby like that. Like, literally, like, do that constantly, hitting that baby's head. Like, bitch, what's wrong with you?
And then we know that these people live in Detroit, right? So if you are a relative or a friend or whatever, and you don't like what's being said about it, maybe you should have been somebody
and talked up and said something.
Teach her to be something better
than what the hell she is. Yeah. But I read that she had a domestic violence case. So I don't know what's going on with the young girl. The young girl probably been going through some shit herself, and she
absolutely clearly she had to be.
Yeah, all out of pocket. She's fucked up. I
can look at it until how you said, there's some kind of mental situation.
Absolutely, all day.
We don't know if it's drug induced, right?
We don't know
if it's one of these
if these young kids be popping all type of shit and they be laced, So ain't no telling. Especially these young kids, they smoke weed young, and then weed be laced, So ain't no telling what's been going on with this young girl. But obviously, everyone could tell it's something mental is going on. But my thing is, please don't use that as no cop-out. I hate how they use that mental shit when shit goes down and they do the shit like, you knew what the fuck you was doing when you was doing it, and you need to get prosecuted, and you need to get really...
Well, that's not a plea that there's respected from people that look like us.
Yeah, I don't like that, though. Mental. Oh, let's put her in a crazy house because she's crazy. No, fuck that. This girl needs to get what she deserves. And being there ain't gonna help her, period. I don't care what nobody say. She needs to get what she deserves because that shit wasn't right. Now you gotta have someone take care of your child because you did this stupid ass shit you did instead of just calling the girl knowing that the baby was crying. Or even like Mark said, if you watched the baby before and he was a crybaby or he cried a lot, then you could have said to the girl, well, look, I'm trying to help you out, but I can't deal with all that hollering. And you just gonna have to find somebody else to watch your son. Like, how fucking hard was that to say?
Or how hard would it have been to possibly treat that child the same way you treat your child?
Yeah, but people just ain't gonna do that. People ain't gonna treat their kids. That's just like when you get with somebody in a relationship and the people come to, how when you have a blended family, some men don't treat your kids the same as theirs, and it
Vice
don't be the
versa,
same.
right.
So yeah, so no, just people out here in the world don't treat their kids the same as somebody else's. You know, whoever kid that's around them, they're not gonna treat them the same as they should with their kids. Everybody should be treated equally. If you watching somebody kid for her, you should do your very best. She's trusting you to watch her child. And if you cannot fucking do it, like I said, you could have called and told her, well, look, oh, when she came and picked up the baby the last time, I can't deal with him. He hollered too much, and I can't. You know, some people nerves are really bad, and they can't deal with all that hollering. And look, come get your son because I can't deal with him. You know, it's just my patience is too short, and I just can't deal with him. And then maybe she would have understood, and she would have had to just figure it out because it's your child. So when it's your child, you have to figure this shit out yourself because obviously she's telling you. That's how I feel. Like more people need to just be upfront and be honest. Stop trying to help people knowing that you can't even, you know, you trying to help them, but you can't really physically cope with helping them. Just tell her.
So
Like,
Trina
I
Wilson,
can't.
Trina Wilson in the comments just made a good point. She said she ain't that damn crazy. She was sane enough to text her mother and all of those messages telling her, trying to take the blame off of herself, trying to explain the situation to the mom in detail. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Like you had good enough sense to understand what was going on.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, bitch, you crazy. Then it's like, you knew better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you crazy for doing what you're doing, but then you knew better. Like, you know what you're doing when you take a baby and you bang the baby head up against the wall. You know what you're doing. But you still crazy. For somebody to do that, they are fucking crazy. They not no, like, person out here in the world that got sense. Oh, yeah. They crazy for them to do some shit like that.
Competent enough to know that what you were doing when you did it.
Absolutely.
It's
That's what I'm
crazy. You're
saying.
crazy for doing it, but you were competent enough. You did it knowing clear and
what
well
you was
what you were
fucking
doing.
knowing at the time you was doing.
So that crazy plea is not one that you
I
can
hope
use to
they
get
don't
off
use that shit.
and
I
soften
swear
the
to God,
blow
I
as
hope.
far as the consequences is concerned.
I hope they don't. Shit, we need to rally. We need to be up whatever court they gonna be at, protesting outside the courts because I hope they don't use that mental shit. She needs to get what she deserves. Because that shit ain't right, period. And they say they got a bond out for $250,000. She got a bond. Obviously, the bitch ain't gonna be able to pay that bond, cause she ain't got it. And who would pay a bond for her? Cause plain and this simple. I mean, plain as day, we know that the girl did what she did. So who would pay a bond for her? I don't even know why they set a bond for the bitch.
Just to get out for her
You know
to
what I'm
have to go
saying?
back to court.
Why would you
and
set
get
a bond
found
for her?
guilty and have to go back? Yeah. So
But look, this our court system. You know, you guys, this is what we are living in. This is the type of world we living in. The court system is so corrupt and so fucking crazy that it's so fucked up that it needs to be justice. It needs to be somebody to come and change shit all the way around because it's fucked up. Period. Especially when it's dealing with the Child Protective Services. That part of it, it needs to be changed, not even just in Michigan, in every state. Because I don't know if you guys remember also the Netflix special with the little boy Gabriel. What's his name? Fernandez. He was an 8-year-old little boy. He was Mexican. He was an 8-year-old little boy. He was living in LA and he was living in the projects. And his mother and her boyfriend beat him to death. Like, beat him to death every day. They would lock him up in his little cabinet. That's where he slept. She would not feed him. He was malnutrition. He was bones.
right.
He would go to school, dirty clothes on and everything. And the teachers reported several times of child neglect. Several times. They came out to the house plenty of times. And look, justice for this little boy was not served. So it was 4, like, what do they call them? Like, protective services people that came out, social workers. It was 4 social workers that came out for this little boy over a period of time because they was getting so many complaints about him in school and at home and from family members. And nothing was being served. Like, they can tell that this little boy was going through something and this lady had 3 other kids, but she would fuck with him all the time. And it was so fucking sad. So if you guys get a chance, I know it'd be a lot to watch certain shows, but it's a series on Netflix, and it's about Gabriel. It's an 8-year-old little Mexican little boy, and the story was so touching. I cried because I couldn't believe this child's own mother and her boyfriend beat this little boy to death every day. Every day, to the part where she beat him so bad this last time the ambulance rushed him to the hospital and he died. Like, as they was bringing him in, he died. He coded. They tried to save him and it was just no help. And when they did the autopsy, his bones, he had so many damaged bones, bruises everywhere from his head down to his fucking toes. It was so touching. This little baby, when they did the autopsy and they had his body just laying on the table, and they showed like little clippings of it, and the examiner was so like the examiner never saw nothing like this before, because the bones was broken from the head to his toes. This woman beat her son every fucking day till she beat him to death. She's in prison now, serving time. I hope they give her ass life. I don't even think she got life. I just think she got like 20 fucking years or some dumb shit. Like, what is going on? But they did charge the 4 Child Protective Service people that came out, the investigators. 4 of them was charged because they came out there, they investigated, and
so they were negligent. They
yes,
found them negligent of it because they basically
went out to the home, could have did something, and they did not do it. So the system is failing us, guys.
I'm thinking about the case that happened in Detroit this morning, where they said that the CPS was called 17 times to the house where they found the baby in the freezer this morning.
17 times.
17 times by the family outside of the house that was looking for the baby, that was requesting welfare checks. I believe that's probably the reason why they was calling the CPS, because they hadn't seen the baby in so long.
And then, like you were saying, like the baby was missing, you said since March?
March.
It is June. Like, that baby probably been dead all this time. Ain't no telling.
Or probably was deceased before then. They said he had been in the freezer since at least March.
That shit don't make no sense.
So imagine like, again, just like the case in about 5 years ago in the King homes, where the siblings were in the house as well and knew that the baby was the boy was in the freezer. Yeah. What was those kids going? What was going through them kids' mind, man? What was they thinking?
Yeah,
knowing that
this shit just sad. I'm just like, if you don't want your child, baby, it's so many parents that are looking for, to adopt, because they can't have kids on their own. It's so much that you can do as far as putting them in a home, dropping them off at the hospital, dropping them off at your church, dropping them off, letting a family member or somebody know, a neighbor, and say, look, I can't do it no more. Then to end your child's life or these little innocent kids' lives for no fucking reason. Like, it's sad that this shit is happening like it is so much, and it's getting worse. So I'm first to be on the list. We need to go around and sign a petition. We need to fight about the criminal justice system with this Child Protective Services. We need to fight so badly, like we did with George Floyd and just with everyone else who lost their life in the Black Lives Matter. We need to really fight for this justice, because it needs to be some type of justice for these kids that keep getting abused. Children are our future. They innocent. We want the kids to enjoy life. We want them to be happy. We want them to live a good life and become an adult, have kids, get married. And these kids people are ending their lives so young, and they ain't even getting no chance. And it needs to be a fight. We need to fight harder. I feel like we're not fighting hard as we can. We saw that we can do it. We did it with the Black Lives Matter. We saw it. It happened. We turned that shit around. We made justice. People respect us now a little bit more than what they did, because they know we not playing no fucking games. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta fight for these kids. We gotta do something. What can be done? What do you guys think can be done in the system? Because the system is so fucking corrupt and fucked up. What can be done to make things turn around and get a little bit better with this child abuse? Because I'm just scratching my head because I don't know. I don't know at this point. I'm like, what else can we do? Like, I know if it was like, if anything like that was to ever happen to my kid, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Like, that girl, she wouldn't even saw.
They had better got to her before I did.
Period. Because if I would have got to the house and nobody was there, I don't give a fuck. She's gone. Period. You're not finna kill my kid and put my kid through this fucking trauma that you put my child through, and you think you about to get away with it. I'm beating your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, I'm about
period.
to say, I go to your house to pick my kid up from being babysat, and my kid is having a seizure due to you. I can see you, like, what you got, like, kid is beat up. And
You can see it physically.
You're probably going to be having a seizure before I leave the house. Or
Period.
Worse.
I don't give a fuck. Lock me up, take me to jail. But I refuse to let someone do this to my kid. And I'm right there, like, and you know ain't nobody else that did nothing because she the only one. The child is in her care. So you already know who did it. Girl, you on site. I'm beating your ass on site. And I don't even care. I'm beating your ass to the point where I can't even stop no more. Because you, at that point, we have so much anger in us. Sometimes we don't know what the fuck we doing.
You black out or not?
Black out.
It's not that you don't know what you're doing. You don't care about any consequence. The consequences
because we black
don't
out.
matter.
Nope, and those consequences would not have mattered.
The worst has
that
already.
day.
I'm already experiencing the worst right now with my child in the condition that they're in right now. So nothing can be worse than this. So I'm going to do what I feel is necessary right now, right here, when I have the means to.
On site, bitch. So when I walk through the door, you better get ready because on site. I'm tagging you. We got a phone call.
What's going on, caller? Who is this and where you calling from? What's going on, Lula? How you been? How you been?
It's sad. Hi, how are you? That's good. It is because it's really affected me. Like that's why I just been down all day today because I couldn't even. I be looking at my kids and I be like, why would somebody just do this to these innocent kids like this? This innocent baby just was probably just the face expression this baby probably was going through at the time. You know, because can't even really probably talk that good like that to say stop and you know or whatever. So it's just like. All she got. She don't have nobody. Yep.
Yeah,
Leaving her child with
most
someone she
definitely.
thought she trusted. And look what happened. Mm-hmm. They saying they can't hear her.
Okay, let me see if I can change this over.
Oh, excuse me.
Go
They
ahead,
were just saying they couldn't hear you. I just wanted everyone to hear what you had to say clearly.
Okay, go ahead now.
Okay. Okay.
They should be able to hear it now.
Testing.
Yeah, go ahead. What was you saying now?
Well, I was looking at the story about the young boy, well, the 3-year-old, not boy, baby.
In the freezer?
Who in the freezer.
Yeah, yeah.
I
We just found
mean,
out about that.
and the lady next door was on top of it. Like, she said he was in Alabama with family. And I'm
Wow.
betting she's the one who called Protective Services.
She probably did.
Because
Because she
it
probably
seemed
see
like
the little
she was
boy around.
right, and she was real familiar with the family because she said that she helped, feed and clothe the kids, and she told the mother a couple of times, if it's too much for you to handle, I'll take him. you know, because he had a disability. He was
couldn't see.
blind, you
Oh,
know,
I didn't know
and
that.
Yep.
yeah,
Dang.
he was blind. So you know,
That's
it's
what I was
just
telling
it's
Mark earlier. Like, if these parents know that they can't deal with these kids, I don't care if the child is disabled or not disabled. If you know you are less fit to raise and take care of these kids, and mentally you feel like you don't have the energy to do it because it's a
mm,
lot. Yes, give that baby
it
to someone. Have someone else
it's
take control of that baby, and have them fight for rights to have custody of that child. If you know that you
hmm
can't do it, then doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it.
you know what I had one child. I was 16. I had one child, but you know I came from a broken, abusive home,
Hmm.
and I couldn't imagine, you know, after I had him, you know, it was like the first time I ever really experienced real love, you
Like
know,
most people.
and looking at him, I just never wanted to have another child because I knew it took so much to
Hmm.
put into that one little person to make sure that they were okay. And I couldn't even imagine. I take my hats off to women that have more than one kid
Yeah, I
because
have
I
five.
couldn't even.
I have
I
five
couldn't.
daughters.
See, I couldn't even imagine. I would be sick worrying about my kids, especially now. You
Yep,
know,
I
Yeah.
do.
in the
I do
day and age that
worry.
we live in.
And then the
And then,
kids are in this stage where they don't really understand. They just, Mom, can I spend a night at this person's house? Mom, can we
right,
go
Can I go
here
here, go
all the
there
time? And I'm trying to break it
with this
down to
person and
them
that person?
and explain to them, like, baby, times are different. It's not like how it was when I was growing up.
mm-mm,
And my mother didn't allow us to spend a night at no one house. You know, until we got grown
mm-mm,
and on our own, we did what I want. But as we was little
mm-hmm.
kids under 18, we wasn't allowed to spend a night at no one's house. On, we
I'm
barely
telling
went to family house and spent the night. You know,
you.
so I be
Because
trying to tell my kids, and they don't understand.
boys get molested just like little girls get
Just like little
molested.
girls,
And,
I
and
know so many dudes have got who have been molested when they were little boys.
right, right. Now just think about this, y'all. With this overturn of Roe versus Wade, do you know how worse this is going to get? I pray it doesn't, but do you know how much worse this can get?
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying too.
it
I think we
these
were speaking
kids,
on this before.
our foster care system is drowning. Our
Drowning.
CPS system is drowning.
Yeah, drown it. It's a
Just
lot of work.
imagine, off rip, 13 states,
Mhm.
abortion became illegal immediately. All clinics shut down because they had laws in place where if Roe versus Wade was ever reversed, it would make it automatically illegal for abortion, period. So these states have shut down all their clinics, you know, and it's only going to get worse because people are out here, they're selfish. I really feel like people are living in a fantasy world.
They are.
Like, you know, I mean, like, you know, like the way so many people are dying out here. I mean, it's like, you know, they come back or something, or I don't know what the fuck is wrong. Excuse my language, but I don't know what is wrong
Nah,
with
I'm
people.
just you on. She said what she said. Period. We cuss and we do it all because at this point, that's just emotions. We just
I mean, it's so hard to make. You know, I don't work in the field yet, but I am in school. I'm actually in school. I just graduated with my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and I'm about to start a social work master's
oh well,
here in
congratulations.
Indiana. Thank you.
Hmm.
You know, my idea is to become a licensed clinical therapist. You know, to help, you know, with our system because there's a lot of people out here struggling with mental health.
Oh yeah,
You
my
know,
cousin just graduated with his master's in it. Hmm.
and see what role is that playing in all of this. You know,
Yeah.
and but that situation with that baby, that girl beating that baby like that, I
I
just
mean, beating him to the point where he had so many his brain was so damaged, and he was bleeding all out of his brain. It was just ridiculous how many times this girl hit this little baby in the head
I'm
with
with
the
you.
just hit him
Listen,
into the
I'm with
wall.
you. if they try to claim mental health, for
I'm
this
going down
woman,
there myself. I'm trying to figure out what court they gonna have her shit at, because I'm going down there and I'm protesting, because don't claim that shit. I hate when people claim that mental shit and they just lock their ass up in the mental the mental institution instead of giving them what they fucking deserve. I want her to go to prison. I want them people to see what she fucking did, and I want them to tag her ass the moment she come in prison. Fuck her life up every day she there, and to the part when she don't even want to be here no more. I want her to suffer, because for her to do what she did and for this shit to keep continuing happening, it needs to be some type of justice, because I'm tired. We fought for rights. Like, this is nothing new that we fight. Why we can't fight for these rights, for this child abuse? Why we can't fight as hard as we fighting for other rights? We have to do something. We have to do better.
CPS, dealing with CPS is just like dealing with the criminal justice system.
And it's sad.
You know, I mean, it is the criminal justice system in a certain sense, but I mean, literally, maybe when a social worker goes out and handles a case, she might get 20, 30 cases in a month.
And yeah, she got a heavy load, because they don't have no other workers or nobody else doing it. They got a shortage of people.
How can they catch every little thing? And then on top of that, look at how many kids get killed in foster care. This shit is crazy. It's crazy.
And now we got abortions banned, so now we're gonna have a lot more kids out here that are
a lot more
unwanted kids.
A lot more women being so fucking selfish and just not even thinking about what they doing and having these babies. And it's not even the fact that someone may have an abortion one time and be like, okay, look, I know I'm not gonna do this shit again. I gotta get myself together. They gonna do it again, and again. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point you gonna stop opening up your legs? Because you're not ready for no baby.
I know women that used abortion as a form of birth control. See, I'm 50 years old, and you know, I grew up in the city. You know what I'm saying? And I know a girl that she was pregnant every fucking other year.
See?
Maybe even more than that. You know what I'm saying? Having abortions. But she wasn't no type of mama. You know?
But now we about to have these
7 kids.
Now we about to have these women out here having these babies, and I'm just being real. We about to see a lot more cases. We about to see these kids ending up in these garbage cans. We about to see these kids abandoned, just left. We about to see a lot more shit happening. It's about to get worse.
When a woman has an abortion, what does that mean?
It's about to get worse.
That means that she doesn't want the child, right?
Yeah,
so if you take away her ability to get rid of the child that she doesn't want and force her to have it, now we have a child that is born that's not wanted by the mother probably or the father.
Yeah, because I was 21 years old when I had an abortion. And a lot of people don't know that. I was 21 years old and I had an abortion because I knew I wasn't ready to be a parent. And I knew what it came with. I went straight to college after high school, and that was my focus. School was my focus. And I just knew I didn't need a baby. And I waited years later until I graduated and got myself together, was out on my own, and was independent, that I can, be a responsible young lady where I can fully now take care of a baby when I did have my first child. But now we about to see cases where these kids are having babies and they just having them. And they don't know what the fuck to do. They're going to be lost. They're going to be leaving a baby. The baby, like I said, is going to be abandoned. We about to see more cases than ever before because of them shutting down this law. And I don't know what in a right mind to make them do some shit like that. Like, we fought for that. It's our right. It's our fucking body. Why we can't be the judge to say, well, hey, I feel like I made a mistake. I shouldn't did this. I'm not ready to be a parent. Why can't we just be like, well, hey, this what I want to do with my body. This my body. How you taking control over my body and telling me what's not about to be presentable or okay, no more period. I'm shutting it down. And you just
But
gonna have
you
the
know
baby.
what blows my mind? The people out here, the most vocal pro-lifers are men. What the hell? You don't even have a uterus, nigga.
Don't even have a
You know what I'm
uterus.
saying? Like,
You
well,
don't
how
even
in
know
the
what
world?
goes on. You can't even have no
Right,
babies. You don't
right.
even know what it is that woman is thinking and what situation she may be in where she can't have a child. Yeah, shit happens.
Mm-mm,
Shit happens. We got women that get raped, then they
mm,
get
mm,
pregnant
mm.
by their rapists. We got women that get have we got family members
Incest,
that
incest.
incest.
You
Yes,
got 13-year-olds getting pregnant by their
by their
mama's
daddy,
boyfriends and their
mama
daddy.
boyfriends, they
You
cousins.
know, so you gonna sit up and make her have this baby and look at this her whole life?
And we
You
got
know,
these
just
little young
adding
girls.
to her trauma,
We got
adding
little
to.
young girls, 13, 14 years old. They still babies, they stuff. They can't even take care of their own stuff. Now they about
And
to something happen with them. You know, with these boys now, these little boys are very managed. Now they are out of control and they are, having sex at a very young age. And not only are they having
mm,
sex, they are doing this thing with these kids in school where they are like running trains on these young girls. And now
sad,
the girl gonna get pregnant. She's 13. She's a baby herself. What is she doing with this
sad.
little baby? But she have to have the
But
baby.
you know what else is gonna happen? What else is gonna
What
happen?
they
You're
used to
gonna
do
have
back in the
people
day.
just, yep, just like
They
they
gonna go
had
all the
they
way back to
busted
the
people.
days where they gonna find
Right.
somebody that know how to do some
All you
illegal
gotta
shit.
do is stick.
Put a
All you
hanger up
And
gotta
there.
do is
do
stick a
some illegal
hanger in
shit, or they
there.
gonna do it they stuff because they know they not ready for no baby. And what that's gonna do is fuck their insides up and mess them up.
Or it's gonna create a black market, right? Even like we already know
Mhm.
about the illegal, right? But it's gonna
That's
create
what
a
they.
black market of the doctors that'll perform the procedures,
Of course.
right?
Yeah, on the side.
Just like the butt transplant,
Yep.
right?
Just the same
Yep.
way they
We'll have
had the people in the
black
basement
market
doing
because we
it.
have a right now because now we have technology that we didn't have 20, 30 years ago before we was fighting this battle.
Absolutely.
So now we got ways of making this happen, that we didn't have before.
And there'll be no accountability. So
No
when it
accountability.
goes down to
So
the black
everybody get
market,
ready because that's exactly what's about to fucking happen.
right? And
Exactly what's
dropping
about to
dead
happen.
left and right,
Yep, it's
or
sad.
going out of the country.
I,
We're trying to.
we just
But they got it. They
we need to
got it
pray.
where.
We just need to pray for
Yeah,
our
we
world.
do.
This world that we are living in, it is not right at this present moment. We are in the struggle. We have people out here who can't barely make it to the ends meet to take care of their kids. They are stopping they are stopping the EPT cards with the food assistance. They were giving us they was giving extra money to low income families and now they about to stop that. And then, even then with us not working, a lot of people still not working. It's still so many people not working and so many businesses that need help because a lot of people, can't afford to, they don't want to go back. Like me, I haven't got the
They
COVID
can't.
vaccine
They
vaccination, so
listen.
a lot of jobs require it. You know what I'm
Let me
saying?
tell y'all. Let me tell y'all the story. When I was younger, when my son was young, I probably was about 22, 23. I moved out of state, and I was living there for a few years. I was working a really good job, but I was homesick. I was there alone, just me and my son. He was with a sitter. So I come home, right, and I'm on top of everything. Right, I'm looking for a job, but I applied for assistance so that I could get medical and at least some food stamps. I had been living with my mother, just till I got on my feet.
Right.
And I go into the Work First. Remember Work First? I don't know if you know about it. It was the
It still work first.
before it was the Family Independence Agency or whatever. And
Yeah, but you still got to go through the Work First program. So yeah.
Right. I go into the Work First program, and I'm sitting there. Now keep in mind, I just walked away from like a $25,000 a year job. Back then, that was decent for me and my son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the cost of
But
living wasn't high like it is now.
right. But I'm sitting in this work first program and I'm looking at these women. What really hurt my feelings was that they were black women. And so it's a group of us sitting there and we listening. Y'all can't be lazy. You got to get up off your ass and go to work and I mean the whole spiel, right?
Wow.
Girl, I got up. I told that woman, I said, some of these girls have never even had a working parent.
No.
So how can you come in here with this type of attitude and talk to us this way?
Yeah.
I walked right out of there and went to work at McDonald's for $6.20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Because
It's
it was
sad.
just the way that they were treated. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, there's no money out there. These people, the economy shut down. People were out there working for the minimum wage or whatever they were working for, and they got sent home, and then they got unemployment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the unemployment was a little extra money. It was more money probably than what they were making,
Yeah,
you
than
know,
they ever
at
made
work.
working a job.
And now you're pushing people to go back to work for no money.
No
The city
money.
of Detroit is ridiculous as far as rent and property value and,
Not
and,
just
and what they're
them, everywhere.
charging.
It's everywhere.
You,
So we
you
have
know,
to really we if you already in your home, be prepared and be ready that come January, shit is going up. Period. Come
how
January
can they
2023,
live?
it's going up.
How can they live on that? How can they live on that?
That's why I
You
said
know
we
what
have
I'm
to
saying?
pray. We have to pray for our world
We
that we are
do.
living in because it is so much shit that's going on. Not just with that, it's just so much in our world that is going on that it has never done. Like it hasn't been this way in so damn long. Now, well, in my time, it hasn't been that way in my time period. So now I'm witnessing what's going on and I'm like, wow, how you know, we about to have people robbing and stealing. You know, I feel sorry for these old folks living alone. I'm
Oh
just
my
because people
God.
about to be, you know, they got to do whatever they got to do because they can't work or they don't have a job or they can't afford to live and have a car at the same time and pay all these bills with the little amount of income that they getting in. Then they want to stop the food assistance. Then they don't want to give us no money. Like what the fuck Biden did this year? Like he didn't do anything. Like people want to talk about oh boy, what's his name? Shit, I forgot
Trump.
his damn name. Yeah. People want to talk about Trump how he was. Yeah, we already know Trump was an asshole, but he did what he had to do. I'm gonna tell you that much. He made sure we had the money that we needed and the resources that we needed, and he took care of that before he got out of office. Yes, he was an asshole, but he did this. Biden has not done anything. Shit has been rising. Shit has been getting worse, and
Girl.
and something got to give. They need to impeach him or get him up out of office immediately if he can't fix the problem or you know get this under control because it's going to be really bad out here, real bad. Because
You know, we need
I
more
don't even want to go
programs.
nowhere.
We need more
I want to
programs.
go where
We
I need to go and then take my ass right back home. And then a lot of
Right.
people thinking the same way I'm thinking. $5 and something dollars you paying for gas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you putting that in your car and just God forbid you got a big ass truck. Oh Lord, you
Right.
spending damn near $200 just to fill up your tank. And then not only that, you it's hard. Your money is like your money going right into gas. You get paid and it's going right into gas. And you still got to pay your bills. You still got to pay your car note. You still got to take care of your kids. How? How we gonna do it? How?
It's close to impossible. But you know what? Let me put you up on game. If I don't know if you're familiar with it, you probably are LinkedIn. A lot of people don't know about LinkedIn. Do you know how many companies like AAA,
Mm-hmm.
Allstate? I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of the insurance companies, AT&T,
Mm-hmm.
Apple, a lot of these other companies, they hire to work from home customer service.
Yeah.
And they hire out of like Michigan, Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
Illinois, the Midwest because of our English, and we speak clear English. There's no Southern accent there. That's what I
Right.
found out because I worked for BPOs before.
Okay.
But they're hiring, and I know it's not a lot, but they're starting
Yeah.
pay at like 14, 16, an
Everybody's
hour
hiring. That ain't the problem. It's just
to
trying to get
work from
people up in
home.
there. And that's the issues that
Right.
we have, and people don't want to work no more. But not to cut you off, but I appreciate you calling in into
Yeah.
my show
Yeah, it was good
today.
talking to y'all.
Yeah, it was
It
nice
was
talking
good
to you. I
talking to
appreciate it. And
you.
we just got to keep praying. That's all we can do. Is just
That's
keep
it. Well,
praying and
well,
hoping
hey,
for
you
a
take
change.
care.
Yeah, you take care and you have a
Yeah,
good
we
day.
will.
Enjoy the rest of
All
your
right.
day.
You too, sweetie. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
we just gotta keep praying, and we just gonna change, and we just gonna hopefully something change and things get better with this child abuse. Like I said, I'm gonna be up there wherever she's at, whatever courthouse. I need to know what the verdict, what they're gonna do with her, because if they do that, I think we all need to protest. We need to fight for this, because this shit is not right. It needs to stop. And I just want
For
to,
that baby, man. We need
yeah,
to like
we
that,
need to
that, that she
fight.
need to not get off on that.
Nope,
She
nope.
don't
We
get a
need to
pass
set an
on that.
example so this shit can stop. So I just want to thank everyone for tuning in, commenting below. Continue to comment. I'm gonna answer the comments when I'm done with my show. I appreciate you guys for tuning in today and listening to She Said What She Said, period podcast with your host Taste. Amber, have fun, baby. I'll see you. I'll talk to you later. I won't see you, but I'll talk to you later. Until then, next Friday at 9 o'clock p.m. Bye.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile.